What's up, Raider Nation? It's your homie Raider John coming at you with the post-game video. First post-game video of the season for the Raiders preseason game against the Seahawks. Now, this game had a little bit of the good, bad, ugly, and downright fucking hideous. There were a few things in this game that really bothered me, and there were some pretty nice things that I honestly was pleasantly surprised about. Um, I think that our offense looks very decent. Decent. Good, not great, but good. I think the biggest issue in this game and the ugly thing about this game was the penalties. Way too many penalties. Some of them were very ticky tacky and a lot what the fuck? Like, there were a few times where one of our linemen, our D lineman, got called for holding, and he had his back to the guy. Like, he wasn't even like touching him. Like, he was getting pushed. He was not holding. It's like, how the fuck can you hold when your hands are like in front of you and you're getting pushed from behind? It's like, how the fuck? It made no sense, you know. There was a couple times where I'm just like, okay, what the fuck? The refs were in full preseason form too. Like when it comes to this, there was a few fucking calls out there where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is obviously preseason because they're trying to get their bearings too. It was bad. It was so bad. But you know what? It is what it is, guys. I ain't really worried about that. The Raiders had a really rough start, and it sucks because our starters were actually in there in the first series. Couldn't really get anything going. Very sloppy, very sloppy. Still some rust there. You can see it. I did see a couple things I liked. Gino getting out of the pocket, running, and then making a throw on the run. Nice connection right there. But then there was like these plays where it just seemed like it was a little bit more of the jitters that they need to get out. Uh, I really was tripping out because I thought like I didn't know that Jacoby Myers could actually drop a ball, and he fucking dropped the ball. I'm just happy it's a preseason. It's like this shit don't count, but like, yo, like that's the first time I've ever seen this man drop a ball. Like he does not do that. So it was like that's how you know, like, yo, there's some jitters here. Of course, Gino did that one series and it left a bad taste in his mouth. You could see he wanted to get back in there, man. The fool didn't take his helmet off for a full three quarters. That's how, like, the fourth quarter, do you see him sitting there with his helmet off? It was weird. Like, he was just standing there on the sideline with his helmet still on, just like watching the game. It's like watching the game straight through his face. Like, yo, this guy was in it. He was in it. And, a lot of our defense didn't only play like one series, the first string, just to get, just to get them pads on, hit somebody else, not as big. You get tired of hitting your own fucking players. So it was cool. It was cool. It's good to see like them actually, knock some of that rust off. It's cool. Uh, I ain't gonna lie, dude. The thing that pissed me off the most, I think the ugliest thing about this game was the run defense. That was hideous. And look, I don't give a shit. Like if you're like, there's some third string, fourth strings sprinkled in there with starters. You got starters. They don't. They didn't start any of their fucking people, and they're running the ball on you effectively. And it just was all the way through, like first string, second string, third string, couldn't stop the run to save their life, and it was a little irritating. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, yo, this ain't good. Luckily, they decided to throw it one too many times, and Palomelo came up with that pick. That was nice. Really, I love the way he played that. That was awesome. But again, a lot of bad play on certain parts from our offense. Mostly the quarterback position. Geno Smith, like I said, he had one bright spot with the scramble and the throw on the run. That was nice. But then there was a couple others where he made the right decision, made the right throw. It just wasn't a connection there with the receiver at the right time. And as much as that ain't Geno Smith, that's the receiver's fault. At the same time, you got to get on the same page and get your guys on the same page with you. And I know he will, dude. This guy, this guy's a good leader, dude. I'll tell you what, man. I really liked the way he reacted at the end of the game when the game was on the line. He went in there and talked to Cam Miller personally and told him like, "Yo, you got this." pat him on the chest and say, "Yo, do your thing." Like, yo, that's a leader right there, man. That takes leadership right there, man. That's fucking awesome. I really respect that. But as for the rest of the game, man, there was a lot of good showings though. One thing I didn't like was Aiden O'Connell's throw. Like, look, guys, a lot of people wonder why, everybody sleep on Aiden O'Connell. That's why. Go back and watch that play. That's why. That's the same shit we seen all last year. You give him the intermediate routes, you give him like, 20 yards or less. This dude is money. He can make every throw within that range. You make him throw a bomb, he's always short or always over. He's never right on. And that's just what he is, dude. We've seen it over and over and over again. And so yeah, that's Aiden O'Connell, bro. And when you got a fast guy like that guy that he was throwing to, bro, you got to make that throw. That guy was open. He was wide open. That dude was like 5 yards past his guy, bro. And you underthrew it like a motherfucker. So like that's one of those things that you see and you understand. Like, yo, that's why he's a backup. That's why he's a backup. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. I like Aiden O'Connell, guys. I do. I think he's an amazing backup. I think he has, potential to do better if he can find a way to be consistent and improve. I know Aiden O'Connell had an amazing game after that bad throw, that horrible throw. He actually came back in the third quarter and balled out. Had a nice few passes, one nice touchdown pass to Dylan Labe, which he actually missed earlier in the game. But this time he made it. Let Dylan Labe actually get the ball out in space and make a play, and it was the right decision to make. And yo, I give him props for that. But at the end of the day, guys, I mean, we got to work with what we got here. In my opinion, Aiden O'Connell is a backup, and if Cam Miller keeps doing what he's doing in this game right here, if he keeps doing shit like that, throwing beautiful passes down the field like that, it just his ability to maneuver, run, he's built for this offense, guys, and you could see it. You could see it. Like, yo, he doesn't limit the playbook. That's the thing that you guys got to understand. He doesn't limit the playbook. Aiden O'Connell does. And as much as I like Aiden O'Connell, he might not be a fit for this offense, guys. And that's just something we're gonna have to accept. And I'm not here to trash the guy. He had a good, decent bounce back right after that bad throw. So we'll see what happens. So the Raiders managed to actually bounce back in this game. We were down big going into the half, and you know, we ended up being able to score, bringing it closer. Then they scored. Then they, had a decent lead again, and the Raiders actually stayed in it, managed to tie the game, and that's how it ended. Gave ourselves the opportunity to win the game at the end there if it weren't for that block. We would have been in overtime in the regular season, guys. There is no overtime in the preseason, so hey, it ends in a tie. That's awesome, though, guys. I honestly love it. I love the fact that this team kept fighting, and I love the way these players were into the game on the sidelines, man. They were glued, man. They were locked in. All right. They were so focused on this team and all these players that are like third string, fourth string, trying to win this game. Just it showed the competitiveness in this team, and I love to see that. Love to see that. So all around good showing, not great. Still a lot of room for improvement. I was a little disappointed with Ashton Genty's few runs, and then he ended it with like -2 yards or some shit like that. Look, we know he's gonna ball out. We know he's gonna ball out. All right, there's just so many things that are positive about this kid that eventually he's gonna get his legs under him and he's gonna fucking run it hard. So I'm not worried about Ashton Genty. I am a little frustrated with the way this blocking is going, though. I didn't like it. Didn't seem like we were able to get the ground game going. But there's always room for improvement. Like I said, now it's tackle guys. Now it's other teams competing against us. So it's a little bit of an adjustment, especially in this first preseason game. You're not going to see things perfect. Not to mention a lot of the scheming, a lot of the things that you're going to see during the regular season, they're not going to be shown right now, dude. You're not going to see that right now. You're going to see basics. You're going to see something simple. And every starter you got a backup or someone that they are trying to get a roster spot that's right next to them. So you're not going to see a full on, you know, um, full on starters all together at once. There's got to be a couple, backup sprinkled in there, and that's just preseason. Not too worried about it. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. Raiders end their first preseason game against the Seahawks, 23-23, and decent game. Couple good things, couple bad things, all together. I'm just happy football's back. All right, see you on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Go Raiders.